Hey FFBE, what's going on? So we're here and we're going to do a Clash of Wills how to rank 1 video since the Crumblier, they just announced that they're going to keep the bug that's with it. So let's kind of do how to rank 1 in Clash of Wills and also how to use the bug that is available because they said that it's okay. First off, I was in a little bit of a bicycle accident a few weeks ago and I broke my arm. So there is a GoFundMe link in the description because I've been out of work. So this is my first time being on camera in weeks because it's been bad. But that's beside the point. If you want to help out a little bit, that's awesome, but don't feel that you need to. So let's go ahead and take a look at how to rank 1. Now, first, I'm just going to show without modifiers the 2 different bugs. Okay, so I'm just going to turn on the modifiers because, well, let's see here. I said without modifiers, so let's do it that way. So there's only 2 modifiers that really matter for the bug. There's this one and then nothing. So we'll do nothing first. So really the team is kind of irrelevant as long as you have somebody without an enhanced version of Raise, and it has to be, or full life. And it has to be the actual magic. You can't use like some weird skill that's unit specific that heals or revives a unit. It has to be like the actual white magic revive or full life or something like that. And the unit has to be charm resistant. His preemptive attack is AoE charm. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull up in another window here every different version of charm resistance that's available in the game, and we'll go ahead and just look through that real quick. So this is all the items in game that you could equip on a unit if you have any of them that provide charm resistance. So let's go ahead and look. We've got Diamond Shield. This comes from a trial. Then you've got the Priestess Celestite DM of Will. This is from an event. This is from basically a collaboration. This is exclusive to Runda. This is from an event. This is the STMR of Beach Buoy Shinju. This is the STMR of Avalanche Tifa. This is from an event and it only gives 20%. This is from the Final Fantasy X2 event that we recently had. It gives 100%. This is Super Ribbon. It's from an event that we had a while back. This is from a very old event and only gives 50%. You've got a Venturlock, who is a 5-star. There's his Trust Mastery. Angela, she is a collab unit. If you have her STMR, and then Winged Heart, which you can wear 2 of these, so the 50% does stack. And those are the equipment that gives charm resistance. Now let's see if there's any units that have Raise or Full Life and Innate Charm. And so we have to look no further because the unit that you should get free whenever you start the beginning of the game, Savior of Souls Lightning, she has innate charm resistance. We look down her kit here, increase resistance to stop and charm. Okay, so she's got passive charm resistance, and then she has full life in her kit. So she has the skill full life and passive charm resistance. So all you have to do to go from 1 to 99 is bring in Savior of Souls Lightning, because she's got the passive charm resistance, okay? So let's go ahead and look at what the actual skill is, like how to do it. All right, so we'll take Lightning, we're gonna do full life, and we're gonna select target, and then click on his head here, or kind of in between where it says stone physical and stone magic. Just click there, and now you've targeted the boss. All right, you've targeted the boss, you use full life, boom, the boss is dead. You can do that from level 1 to level 99 of the Clash of Wills boss, and you will kill it the whole way, and you'll get all the rewards. Amazing, great teaching tool for people to understand the Clash of Wills system. All right, so you can see we really didn't get any damage or anything. Now, I'll describe the other bug that's going on with that. So we got to go back in. And this is where you can actually get a rank 1 score. All right, so we got to turn on the prevent enemies HP from falling below 50% one time. We got to turn on that modifier at least. I got to restore an orb. All right, and there we go. Restore 6 because I feel like it. And let's go in. All right, so what this one is it's very similar, but not exactly the same. So wait for everybody to do their things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a chainer. We'll have him do triple bolting strike, and we'll have another chainer over here doing triple bolting strike. Okay, so that's a chain. All right, so these two are going to chain together, and then Savior of Souls Lightning is going to do full life, the full life trick again on the boss. And we're just going to hit all three of them at the same time. Full life and raise have different timings. So you just got to practice with that and find out when to hit it. If you're using full life, it's kind of hit everybody at the same time. If you're using raise, it's hit the chainers first and then hit raise a few seconds afterwards. Like 1 second afterwards. But what this will do is it sort of uses the full life as a chain cap. And what that does is it sets the boss at 50%. And I'll show you exactly what that does to the boss whenever you break him like this. So now he's at 50%. That's all he does. So we have essentially turned off the boss's brain. The boss does nothing now. Nothing. Nothing at all. We don't have to do anything. So you have the system of Clash of Wills is at 10 turn. You have until turn 10 to get your maximum score. After turn 10, it starts deducting because you went over 10 turns. So it starts deducting from your score. So you want to be able to kill it by turn 10. So you want to figure out your best way to do the most damage you can on, say, turn 10 or even earlier. And one of the ways that you can get the best score in Clash of Wills is by getting morale, because that is one of your calculations. It's get a chain score of 100, hit him multiple times with whatever he's weak to. This guy's weak to water, light, and dark. You're probably going to do that anyways. If you're trying to actually damage him, you're probably going to hit him for water, light, and dark. But let's go ahead and look at what would modify the morale gauge if you don't have, like, if you're not using like all units that just go morale gauge fill. Okay, so what you can do to modify the morale gauge is we're looking for the ones in here that say player. You say attack enemy's weakness once per ability cast. So if you use a skill that's multi-hit like Barrage or something like that, then you get 0.35% morale for each time you hit him. And then if you have a status ailment, which this guy's immune to status ailments, so we're not getting that one. Anytime you boost attack, defense, magic, or spirit, or use any mitigations. The mitigations are physical mitigation, magical mitigation, and general mitigation. So altogether, you have 7 different buffs that you can apply there. It doesn't matter what percentage they're at. You could literally boost all allies' attack for 10% and you would get this buff for morale. All right. Then it's reduce attack, defense, magic, and spirit for one enemy. This can only apply once per turn. This can only apply once per turn. So break, buff everything. Attack it as many times as you can with an element it's weak to. Restore HP or MP for everybody in the party, and you only get this to trigger for once per the ability cast, so that's it. It only triggers once every time you activate the ability. And then boost elemental resistances for allies. So we're going to use the item Calamity Border to really just do all allies, all resistances. It's amazing for building morale gauge. And then boost resistance to status ailments. We're going to boost all allies, status ailments in the run that I do. Now, you probably are like, man, but I only have a whole bunch of EX2s or whatever. Well, let's go ahead and show the how you could get the morale gauge score better. So Each one of these stars is unlocked by however many EX levels you have on your units that you've brought into the party. So you can see the party I have in here. I have only 2 EX levels on Lulu. I only have 2 EX levels on Ash. So altogether I have 3, 6, 9, 12, and then 14, and then 16. So I don't have the full 18, but we don't need 18. You only need 16 for a max score. All right? So that allows you to have 1 EX level 1 unit or 2 that are only EX 2. So you can turn on all your modifiers. It doesn't matter that the boss has more attack or more HP or any of that, because you just kill it with full life. And you also turn off its AI. So get all your modifiers on there as much as you can. Try to bring in as many EX2s or EX3s as you can to turn on the most modifiers. Now, if you have a lot of units and you're like, man, well, let's see if I can get a really good score or chain cap and get a rank 1 score, then let's go ahead and look at some ways that you could do that. So let's look over at the fantastic website of FFBE Equip Next. So this website is absolutely amazing. It's FFBE Equip Next. The link will be down in the description below. And what this does is you can go over here and you can use the unit builder part of it. And I could say I'm using Full Moon Carton, and I want to use, you can type it up here, Full Moon Carton, and I can be like, I want to use Feral Frenzy. I'm hitting at a max end of a chain. I have them at EX3. I don't have them to level 130, but I could say that I do. I could put in any buffs here that I have on him, any imbues, any amps. I tried to force double hand on him. It's an undead and stone enemy, and I was working with weapon imperils down here. You can put in the defense and spirit breaks, and you have to make sure it has like only owned equipments or all equipments or whatever you want. If you want to build and then you could hit build. If you have to do this more manually, that is possible. You click over here and you're like, man, I don't have that, but what's something that I could go for? All right, let's see. Let's scroll down. So, Clash of Wills gear's out of the question. Let's see here. I have, I have Legendary Hero Sephiroth. That's a really good attack-based item. I'll throw that on him. And so it allows you to scroll through the list and find what you might have in order of power. You can select up there at the top and be like, oh, I'll filter for magic or whatever. Or if you're looking for something specific, you're like, I need evade. And it'll show you all the evade items for that slot. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and take a look if you're looking for specific units. Like you're like, man, I've got a whole bunch of units and I need to know who can imbue Undead Killer to my party. So you would click over to the unit search tab and you can use it for any function. You can see here units that buff elemental resistance if you're trying to get the morale gauge or whatever you might be doing. But in this case, let's say we're looking for physical undead killer and physical undead killer, okay? We're looking for a unit that doesn't do it to self, and it's not a passive, so who could give it to us? Well, we got White Mage Rosa, but let's say I don't have her. Let's scroll down. Let's say I have Elegant Temptress Lilith. She can give it to all allies by 150% for 3 turns. Well, that's amazing. I'm going to throw Elegant Temptress Lilith in the team, and I would switch her into the team in one of the locations, if that's what I was looking for. So you can allow yourself to find whatever units you're like, man, I don't want to run the nickel for water. What's the highest dark amp I can get on the team? Let's see here. Not for self. So the highest dark amp would be, looks like it's 45% with Dark Fina Warrior's Prayer. Okay, all right. I guess I can try and run Dark Fina or Kryla. For 45%, but it only goes to one ally, but you can cast that multiple times. So it's like, use this and find out which team you have in possession that is capable of getting the highest score possible. If you need a specific piece of gear and you need to look through your inventory more, you're like, oh man, I need a piece of gear that has Undead Killer on it, for instance, and you can filter by everything that has it. Or I need something that has charm resistance, you know, right there it all is. So hopefully this can help you build your own team that can get you the rank 1 victory, okay? Now I'm going to do a separate video on how this little team can do a rank 1 victory. But that's just going to be a separate video that I will link down in the description. I just don't want to make this video too long. So thank you guys for watching. Much love. I can almost do it again. Ow. And peace. All right. Thanks guys for watching.